because I would love that, because I want to give maybe like credit where credit's due. I have this lump on my throat and they're not sure what it is. Look at that baby. Look at that bad boy. It looks like those frog like pooches. Hey guys, it's Lily Kate Freddy, and today I'll be doing a little bit different of a video. I've never seen it done before, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. I'd love to give credit where credit's due if somebody has done this video and I just haven't seen it yet. But I will be doing a full face of makeup using a toothbrush. Yeah, so I got this toothbrush out of my little closet, and I will also be using these little floss picks. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get on with the video. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I am Lily Kate Freddy on all social medias. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, so let's just get to the video. First thing I like to do is put on my trusty headband. I have like 30. I love cat ears. It's kind of my brand. No, I'm kidding. A ton of people have cat ears, but these ones are kind of new. Except I already got makeup on them, so like, how about we just ignore that line of makeup? These are so cute, and I got these from Ulta, and I'll link them down below. What I normally start with is moisturizer. I don't use a brush for that, so I don't really have to worry about that with this little toothbrush, so I will just start with my moisturizer. Today I'm going to be using the Garnier Skin Active Hydrating 3-in-1 Moisturizer. Now, I do have fairly sensitive skin, so I'm a little bit nervous that the bristles on this toothbrush are going to be a little bit hard, a little bit rough on my skin, but you know, we're just going to go with it. If it makes my skin red, it makes my skin red. I'll do a face mask after this. It's not a huge deal. And I will also be using my Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I like to focus this on my nose because my nose does get so dry that I don't really like to put the POREfessional on it because the POREfessional is so mattifying. But yeah. Squirt that giant glob on there, whatever. And then the Benefit POREfessional. I'll be mixing a couple different foundations together today. I'll be starting with the Matte and Poreless Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 105 Fair Ivory, which is the name of every foundation shade I've ever been. To that, I will be adding a small drop of the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. I know that there is a 00, and I never find that in stores, but I probably should order it because this is way too dark and way too yellow, but I love this foundation's formula. I love the coverage, so I'm just going to squirt a little itty bitty bit. I will be grabbing my toothbrush, and I'm going to be starting with the flat end right here of the toothbrush, and I'll be dipping it and mixing it in here, mixing those colors together so the formulas can mix. And I'll be putting that on my face with the back of the toothbrush. Oh my god. This is not going to go well, is it? Now that I look really crazy, we're going to try to blend it. I think I'm going to try to wet this a little bit with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe. Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. Okay, this is like exfoliating me. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna tell you some of my thoughts with blending that out. It is very, very streaky. I would recommend if you're going to do this challenge, I don't really know why you would, but if you're going to, I would use a very light coverage foundation. I'm a full coverage girl. I only wear full coverage foundation. I think it's pointless to wear other foundation, to be honest, just because I have bad skin and I want to cover up my acne. Like, why would I wear something on my face if it's hardly going to cover anything? Otherwise, I'd rather go no foundation. So the problem with that is that this has such hard bristles that it's just streaky. And full coverage foundation, because it covers everything, um, yeah, you can see all the streaks in it. I feel like maybe a lighter coverage foundation or even a BB cream would have been better. Another problem I had was I have very oily skin. Like, that's who I am. I have oily skin. I am acne prone, oily skin. But I do get dry patches, especially because of my acne. I put acne medication on my face, it dries out my face. There's spots where it literally like scrubbed off my skin, like right here over this little pimple right here. I literally had the skin scrubbed off of the pimple, like the dry part of the pimple, like literally just like ripped off. So like, yeah, this is very harsh on your skin. It's like an exfoliator. That's what it feels like. I mean, my skin is like buzzing right now because of this. But honestly, it took forever to blend out. It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look good. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks bad, but it doesn't look like the worst. But yeah, I could sit here and try to blend this all day, but I might as well move to the next step. Okay, so I wiped off all the foundation off of here. Obviously, there's still a little bit of residue, but it's what I would call clean, considering it just had a ton of foundation on it. Next, I will be priming my eyes. I think it's pointless to put on concealer with this because it took so long to blend out the foundation that I think if you tried to blend out something on top of it, it'll just be super streaky and take off the foundation under. And I'm actually kind of okay with the coverage right now. I don't have a ton of actively red, puffy acne right now, so I'm pretty okay with this coverage. I can live with it. I'm just going to let it dry on my face. I will be using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It's my tried and true. I use it every single day. I love it. It's great for really oily eyelids. Alright, now that that's done, I will be going in with some powder. So I will be going in with my Coty Airspun. I love this. This is great for pale girls. It does give you flashback, but if you're as pale as I am, it doesn't really matter because your whole face looks like flashback all the time. It's in the shade Translucent, still coated. Okay, and I see no point in letting this bake because it's not like I'm really going to keep this makeup on, to be honest, so I'm going to be dusting it off. Okay, and as you can see after that, there's a bunch of red patches that are now poking through, especially on my nose because I scraped away a lot of the foundation. But you know what? That's okay. We'll just keep moving. So now we're going to do the rest of the base. Today I will be using the Morphe 9C palette to contour and bronze. And I will be starting with this more cool tone shade to contour. I'm just going to lightly dip my toothbrush in there because I don't really want to ruin this palette. I mean, it's super patchy, but it's not that bad. Okay, so I will be going into the Coty Airspun powder again to touch up this a little bit. Honestly, I don't hate it. The contour's muddy, but it's not that bad. Next, I will be going into this e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. Honestly, this far, the blush has been the most successful part of the face. You know, the blush was probably the most successful part of this whole face so far, and I'm not really sure if that's because it put on the blush nicely or if it's because it scraped off all the foundation and showed my red skin underneath. So again, I wiped off my brush as best I can, And I will be starting the eyeshadow. I will be doing a very natural look. I will be going in with the Violet Voss by Laura Lee palette. Looks like this. It's beautiful. I love it. I don't use it very often. I don't know why. And I will be going in with basic first and just putting that all over the lid. I think if I went in this end, let's try it. I will be going in with this end of the toothbrush, and I will be going in with the shade Britches. I mean, it's alright. And then I will be going in with the shade Bubs here. It's like a chocolate brown. Honestly, that's as good as the blending is going to get on this eye. It doesn't look that horrendous. So yeah, I did the other eye off camera really quickly. It honestly looks a little bit better than this one, but they both look awful. And finally, I will be going in with the shade here, Hissy Fit. And I will be going in, I think, with this side of the brush and trying to pack that on the lid. Okay, this is working. Okay, that shade Hissy Fit saved the whole look. It honestly looks like kind of good. I can't believe it. Except now I have a ton of fallout, but like, we're just gonna let it be. We're gonna let it be. Okay, we're gonna leave this one alone for a little bit. Next, we will be doing eyebrows, and I'm not sure if I would like to go in with this or if I would like to use one of these floss picks. And I think I want to use a floss pick for the eyebrows. I think I could do something with this like pointy end. But yeah. I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown. I don't always use the dip brow, but because this is a creamier product, I would rather use this with a brush like this. Okay, so this brow doesn't look good, but I don't necessarily attribute that to the fact that I used a floss pick. Like, I mean, I'm sure that's probably why, but I also think that I don't use my dip brow very much anymore, so I'm not really used to that. So that could also be why it looks really bad, but I don't know. This isn't the worst brow I've ever done in my whole life. I did this brow off camera. This one's actually like a lot better than this one. This one just, I don't know. I just am not a huge fan of the shape. Like, I just kind of messed it up. But yeah, it. This one looks way better. But maybe that's because I kind of got used to using the floss pick to do my brows. So yeah. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with how they turned out. In all honesty, they look not that bad. I feel like it's a little bit unclockable that I did my makeup with a toothbrush thus far. I'll be using the Tarteist Pro clay paint liner, and this is in black. Okay. Try again. Okay, and I cleaned it up a little bit with this Q-tip. This is not the best wing I've ever done in my life. It's actually probably the worst, but it's also giant, like really giant, and I also took off a bunch of my eyeshadow by accident, but that's as good as we're gonna get. Okay, and then I did this wing off camera. As you can see, it's much worse, but that's okay. Next I will be doing lashes and mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, next I will be going back into the Violet Voss by Laura Lee palette, and I will be doing my under eye. I'm just going to be using a little bit of Hissy Fit since that went so well on the bottom of this. And finally, highlight and lips. I'll be making sure my toothbrush is completely clean, and I will be going in with the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Blossom Glow. I love this one. I will be going in with the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Lipstick in Chocolate Milkshake. Yeah, so this has been me doing the full face using only a toothbrush challenge, which I created, I think. And yeah, honestly, it turned out fantastic. I really thought it was going to be easier than it ended up being. My eyebrows look like crap. Like, I hate how light they are. They look way too, I feel like they look way too light for my hair, and I never wear them this light. But these wings are absolutely bonkers. Like, they are crazy. Like, that is not okay. But eyeshadow really didn't turn out that bad after I covered it with eyeliner. But anyway, um, the face looks terrible. It looks awful, but the glow is fantastic. Like, I would use this brush for highlighter again. Like, I don't care. I just like the point of this challenge was not to be cheaper than buying makeup brushes. Like, go to Dollar Tree, they have the whole range of Wet n Wild makeup brushes. Those are fantastic. I have them right here. I use them all the time. I love them. This was just kind of like a fun thing to do. I don't know. My toothbrush was $1. Like, who cares? This was really just a fun experience to challenge myself and see what I could come up with. And I think I did a really good job. And I hope you guys try this challenge too, because it was super fun to film and super fun to do. And I think I honestly would go out in this makeup. Like, do I look bonkers? Yes. But can I make it work? But yeah, if you aren't already, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm Lily Kate Freddy. Hope you remember my name. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.